Hiya. I've just watched the Stop Joseph Kony campaign video. Um, I watched it, I think, yesterday after one of my friends called me up and informed me of the video. Uh, they were just saying it was very powerful, very moving. I didn't recognize who they were talking about at first because they pronounced the name wrong, and I was like, "Who's Kony? Who's Kony?" Now I realised Joseph Con, which, as you all probably know, it's gone completely viral. The guys who did the marketing clearly got that right because if you haven't heard about it by now, I'm sure you hear about it in the next couple of days. Well, as I'm a Ugandan, so I'm about to give you my response as a Ugandan. My parents came to this country, I think, about 20 years ago, 21 years ago, to escape persecution, escape all the different political issues going on in Uganda. They just wanted a new start, a fresh start. Um, I was born in this country, born and raised. Um, I'm a student. Watching that video, it definitely touched something here, like, especially being Ugandan. I know a lot of people were touched by the video. It's very powerful, very moving. It made me feel very lucky to have escaped almost that. My brothers and sisters, I just couldn't imagine if it happened to them, or it's absolutely terrible. I'm just glad everyone knows about it now. Um, Kony's been around for, I think, 26 years. He's been committing atrocities. Right now, his numbers have dwindled quite somewhat. The LRA aren't as influential as they once were, say, 5 or so years ago. But then one thing I do want to say about the video is that I think it simplifies the problem. I understand that they're trying to find Con and arrest him. He needs to be brought to justice. I completely agree with that. But then I think it bypasses some of the other problems which are going on in Uganda. For example, the fact that the government is completely corrupt. The president is serving his fourth term, how he was responsible for some of the atrocities which have been occurring in northern Uganda. How he was responsible for the abduction of kids, for the turning of girls into sex slaves, how he was responsible for putting over 2 million Achorlis into camps and displacing them, some of them my own relatives, my uncles, my aunties, my cousins. Um, I do, I'm not trying to completely, like, I'm not trying to go against the video or, like, say the intention was bad because the intention's good. I just think that people need to understand that there is more. At the stopping Con won't solve all the problems. There's still a lot more which needs to be done. The root of the issue needs to be solved before. I was speaking to one of my friends on Facebook, and that's kind of what inspired me to make this video. And also that video inspired me, like, I can make a difference. I was thinking, what can I do? I felt really almost helpless, like my life, I wasn't living it to the fullest. I was feeling like I need to live my life to how some of those kids were abducted, how they would want to live their life if this didn't happen to them. I feel like I have to set an example of what could have been for those kids. And he kind of gave me the idea. He was like, why don't you try and raise awareness about what you believe, well, what is going on, the fact what is going on. And I think that's what I'm trying to do with this video. I'll leave a little link in the description of an article which gives you the other side of the story, kind of tells you a more in-depth approach about what's going on. But yeah, I hope it's a really interesting read. I hope you read it. And I do think this cause should definitely be supported, the Stop Kony, but also it's not the whole story. There's a lot more things you need to consider, but yeah, that's my response. Sorry, I spoke a bit more than I was meant to. I've got some work to be doing, but I just needed to get this off my chest. But thank you for watching Uganda's response to the Stop Kony campaign.